Look, we're stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on a hook.
Look, harvesting not bodies, harvesting not organs. Got 'em real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door. Selling our souls, our daughters a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more. Don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cart when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Hello, and welcome to another MACM Make a Culture Move podcast, where here we cover everything from intense social topics to funny social trends. We're your host, Mark Jonathan.
G.
And as always, we have a wonderful segment for you all today. But before we get started, if we can have our brief disclaimer.
So here on the Make a Culture Move podcast, y'all know we cover a little bit of everything. Sometimes the things that we talk about can be controversy. I can stir the pot a little bit, and we just act that if something is said here and it makes you feel some type of way, before you come jumping down our necks, just, you feel me, think about why you feel some type of way and evaluate that, and then hit us up, and we would love to bring you on and talk about it. But with that being said, welcome to the Make a Culture Move podcast. Check in with me, Mark. How you feeling?
Sure, I can't complain really. I still feel a little sick, a little under the weather. Nothing too crazy though. I think it's just allergies though, but it's hitting me something crazy. I've been drowsy the whole day though.
That doctor was kicking y'all's ass out there.
I'm telling you. But how about yourself? How you been?
I'm checking in. I'm feeling good. Glad to be, back on the podcast. So, I'm checking in good, ready, for these Black news and Black excellence topics.
Absolutely. And, especially since we've been gone, we had a lot of stuff happen. We're going to definitely double back on a lot of that stuff. But as y'all can see from the title, you feel me? This is actually a quote that I seen LaMelo Ball say. Excuse me. Hold on 1 second. My fault. And he said, if it's not crack, let her run track. You feel me? If it's not crack, let her run track. Which leads us to the first topic that we're going to go ahead and cover today, which is Miss Sha'Carri Richardson not being able to run due to everything that has transpired. I'm going to let G go ahead and crack that thing open for us.
Y'all have been keeping up with what's been going on. Sha'Carri Richardson is, our Black track Olympian that we were hoping to have. And unfortunately, due to rules and regulations, they doing my girl dirty. They just doing her dirty overall, period. You feel me? Like she, basically, if you've been keeping up, y'all know that her biological mother had passed away. And the way she found out was on an interview from a reporter. And it didn't get to come from family. It came from a complete stranger. So that, on top of having to go out in front of millions of people, the entire world, and put on a brave face and compete in the name of being Black and in the name of track, and in the name of hurt. You feel me? She was hurt, and so to do that, it's a lot of pressure. And my sis, you feel me? She hit the bleezy, as a lot of us tend to do in times of stress and in times of despair and in times of needing to cope with things that are going on. Now, the state that she was in, Oregon, I believe it is legal. As this article will say, marijuana is legal in 18 states currently, including the one that she was tested in and the one that her race was in. But unfortunately, the Olympics is not seeing things the way of everybody else. So just a couple points from this article that I want to highlight. So as the title says, Sha'Carri Richardson can outrun everything except a broken system. So yeah, just a couple things. This picture, I really like this picture. It's just, you feel me, like the broken system that we have in America. And Sha'Carri Richardson, she was really representing, you feel me, not just Black people, but Black women and Black female athletes at that. So this is kind of hard for us right now, to deal with. But let me see. So this part, she gave the camera a wink and swayed in the wind, altering the world as she was that. Alerting the world that she was that girl from the jump, despite absolutely
I don't know what that is.
Out of the blocks in both the semifinal and final of the women's 100-meter dash U.S. Olympic trials. 21-year-old sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson won each race by more than a body length. She's out there doing her thing. You feel me? She's really out here doing her thing. So scroll down for me some. See. Keep going. It's a real long article. It's only a couple things on. Okay, so right here on July 1st, news broke that Richardson would be suspended by the U.S. anti-doping agency following WADA code directives after she tested positive for THC on June 28th. The next morning, she went on NBC's Today and apologized for taking a substance as legal as air in Oregon, where the qualifiers took place. Her mother had just died, Richardson explained, and it's hard to swallow that kind of pain. So she sought release elsewhere, as we tend to do. You feel me? Scroll down some more for me. So this is what she said. People don't understand what it's like to have to go in front of the world and put on a face and hide my pain. Richardson said, "Who are you or who am I to tell you how to cope when you're dealing with the pain and you're dealing with the struggle that you've never experienced before?" It was a few days before your big race and the trials. Host Savannah Guthrie said, "You found out that your biological mother had passed away." Y'all, she just brought me the cheat. Okay. When a reporter told you, you found out that your biological mother had passed away. You found out when a reporter told you, and it was after that you ingested some kind of marijuana. Is that what happened? Is that how this unfolded? In the interview, to hear that information come from a complete stranger, it was definitely triggering, said Richardson, confirming this portrait of events. That sent me into a state of mind, into a state of emotional panic. I couldn't imagine finding out from a complete stranger on an interview where thousands, millions of other people could be watching that my mom had just died. And I don't know if any of y'all seen that interview, but the way she composed herself, props for real, because I would have lost my mind. I probably would have went off on the reporter. That's not your business to be telling me that. You feel me? That's business of one of my family members to let me know. You have no business of. That is the disrespect that is to come from a reporter or anybody that's not family. And the way that it happened, you telling me this in the interview where other people are watching, I would have flipped. I would have flipped. You feel me? So she's really going through a struggle right now. So I want to scroll down a little bit. I want to touch on the Olympic part of why they are not. A little bit of the marijuana part. Okay. So right here, scroll back up a little bit. Okay. No. Okay. And yet, WADA knew at some level that this could happen. Earlier this year, it reviewed its code and attempted to posture toward change while hardly changing anything at all. It kept THC as a substance of abuse and merely reduced the penalty for a positive test. When it comes to marijuana, WADA's flat, is that what that says? Is that okay? Is as follows. If the athlete can demonstrate that the use was out of competition and unrelated to sport performance, the suspension will be 3 months and may be reduced to 1 month if the athlete completes an addiction treatment program. Okay, scroll down some more. So
even that is interesting, though.
It is. It really is. Okay. There's a part in here where it touches on other sports. Scroll down a little more. Okay. So, I think so. Bans on recreational drugs in sports have long had more to do with athletes as figures than the effects of the drugs themselves. Bans on recreational drugs in sports have long had more to do with athletes as figures than the effects of the drugs themselves. I really want y'all to just let that sink into your head. There is perhaps no greater stable of the integrated athletic marketplace than white leadership structures fretting over the perceptions of the hyper-visible black and brown stars who fuel their bottom lines. Y'all, this is okay.
My fault. Give me 1 second.
You good. But y'all, so they really are doing Sha'Carri, wrong with this. There's been questions, should we boycott, the Olympics and all of that, and there's a lot going on. This dread has taken on many forms through the years. An obsession with the sanctity of a static culture in MLB and a reluctance to integrate certain positions in the NFL and aversion to increasing wages in nearly every major sport. Yet the alarm has been most prevalent in the panic over recreational drug use. So, just with that, you could come out of that, Mark, but, just with that and how knowing that, the more afraid of figures being shown in a negative light than the actual effects of the, drug usage itself, because really depending on how you look at it, because looking at it, from my point of view, marijuana is a medicine, right? And not a drug, because you look at the medicines that are prescribed by a doctor, you can look at those as a medicine or a drug. You got to pick them up at the drugstore. So, hello.
Hello.
You gotta, so it depends on how you look at it, but medicines are drugs are medicines, right? Marijuana happens to be used for a lot of things. That's why it's becoming legal in many places, because it's a help supplement more than a hurt supplement. But I mean, tap in with me, Mark. How are we feeling about our girl Sha'Carri and them, taking away the Olympics for this year, or coming up?
Yes, we do play chess. But we will get into that another time. Tap in on us with pushing pawns. But outside of that, to answer your question, it's crazy because I think we have to acknowledge 3 major points. One, no one's excusing the protocol, right? We just feel as if because Sha'Carri knew, especially to become an Olympian, you have to follow those certain guidelines, rules, and regulations. You feel me? So no one's excusing her actions. What we are saying is to be robbed of that opportunity after all that's transpired. And again, like we titled the podcast, if it's not crack, let her run track. Marijuana doesn't give you like a crazy boost in like speed, or it's not like steroids or anything like that. It literally is just gonna like calm your stress levels. Like I couldn't imagine being told from a random stranger that my parents had just passed. Like
in front of thousands of other people.
yeah, but that's what the media does. Like as soon as they find something they in your face with a microphone and camera, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, trying to get your reaction. That's why I'd much rather be rich than famous.
I'd much rather be rich than famous, because
I couldn't imagine.
Baby, I'm knocking cameras out of my face.
Exactly.
I would be that one. I would be that one. Get out of my face. Like, they have no respect for privacy at all. But the thing is, once you get to a certain level of celebrity status in this world, you sign a ghost
invisible contract.
An invisible contract that allows for them to invade your privacy, and I couldn't do it. Like, that's
Absolutely.
why I ain't athletic. Even I can't sing, I can't dance. Like, I'm good in that area. You feel me? I can stay away now. Maybe a different way that I may come about fame, but and prayerfully God can humble me in a different way to deal with reporters, because I understand that's their job, is how they get paid. At the same time, my privacy is my privacy.
Absolutely. But I think just another aspect of the whole thing is people understand that marijuana isn't as bad as it is. That's why that section where they say that it's much more about the figure than it is the act of doing it is like the hugest piece of it, because I don't know, it's almost like as if they view it as encouraging them to, or encouraging
others,
the people who watch them. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That it's okay to smoke weed, and that's not necessarily the case. But everybody handles stuff differently. Had she had, gone, basically do what I would have done if they told me that my parents had passed, they'd be looking at her even worse than they are now. But she was outside. She wasn't racing. She wasn't doing anything illegal because she smoked in the state that legalizes marijuana. I don't really see a cause for suspension. And again, it's not like steroids or a performance booster. Like I don't see it.
Me neither. I do want to say, before we segue out, we as the Black community, there are times we really do come together and pull together. And I just, I love seeing on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, that we are Sha'Carri Richardson. She hasn't, really said much about what's happened. She did tweet and say that I am human. And she did admit her fault. But we as the Black community have really, been a voice for her in this. And, if we can do this for each other all the time, it'd be dope. Just be that voice for each other when the time comes, because we have people coming for our necks all the time, and we just need to be there, because I am Sha'Carri Richardson. You are Sha'Carri Richardson. We are Sha'Carri Richardson. We are going to fight this for her, for the simple fact that we know what we don't know, the pain that she felt being told by a stranger on an interview in front of thousands of people that her mother had passed. We do know that it wasn't a good feeling, and we all could imagine how that would go for us personally. So we took it personal. I, like the Black community, we really took it personal for her. And we are rooting for you, Sha'Carri. We are rooting for you. We are here for you. We love you, and we want to see you win, because if you win, that means we win too. So
absolutely.
Yeah, y'all, that's our black news. We got a little bit more black news, and it's also gonna drive us into our black excellence as well with Miss
Absolutely.
Allison Felix, y'all. So I'm gonna
Yeah, 100. We gonna go ahead and segue that thing.
segue that thing.
And another thing to note, though,
Yes.
it is not the end of her career.
No.
It is not the end of their career. You feel
We will
me? It
be
is
seeing
a
her.
kind of a setback, but it's only up from here. So boom, as G said, we're gonna go ahead and transfer to this Allison Felix. And I seen this on Facebook,
Me
and
too.
I was honestly, I figured. So boom, so we got Allison Felix shows off her C-section scar, medals in photo for her. I'm gonna say that's Sage. Yeah.
You said what? Sorry, say.
What is this?
Yeah, say.
Got you. Basically, it's her new sneaker brand. You feel me? So, long story short, Nike proposed to her two different, I guess like I don't know, two different agreements. So they were whether gonna cut her contract by 70%, right? This is what we see here. So it's called Station. Felix announced the launch of, in a big way, the 35-year-old Olympic sprinter who shared in 2019 New York Times opinion piece that Nike tried to drop her pay by 70% after her pregnancy. Shared a stunning photo of herself on her Sage, I hope I'm not mispronouncing that, Instagram account. In it, Felix is wearing her Olympic medals while proudly showing off her C-section scar. So simply because this woman was pregnant, they were going to dock her pay by 70%. It was whether that or they drop her completely.
Or they drop her.
Man.
See, this makes me conflicted as a
How
black
you just
woman.
feel about that?
It makes me real conflicted as a black woman, because when dealing with Nike, because Nike comes through for the black community, sometimes, you feel me. Now there are times where it's like there's times where it's like Nike, like, because Nike, we support you, so we need y'all to come through for us too. But then it be like shit like this where it's like, is it because she's a black woman or is it just because she's a woman? Like, it makes me real conflicted. Like, can I take the black out? Is it just because? But even if I do, she's a woman. I'm a woman. So now it's like, come on, Nike, you can't do that. You can now looking at it like she's a black woman. So it's like, now Nike, what's up? Because now I just like come to the door because I want to talk, like,
right.
Because no, like it's let me tell you, it makes me conflicted. But I got mad love for Miss Allison Felix for what she did, because not only did they drop her because she would not accept the docked pay, the 70% docked pay. She came back after her pregnancy, won her medals, did her thing. You feel me? To the fullest of her potential. As a mom, you feel me? Like, and really was like, Nike or no Nike, I'm going to be Allison Felix. Period.
Yeah. And 35 years young.
35 years young. You feel me? Like, it's a beautiful thing to see. When we get to see one of our own overcome adversities, and she did that. She did that with grace and finesse.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I guess the only thing more I have to say is, I guess from a financial standpoint, I can kind of see where Nike's coming from. You feel me? I don't know. I guess in their heads, like, you can't really like rock the athletic brand while being pregnant, but if if anybody's smart, like they should have known like she was gonna come back 10 times stronger, and they could have used that to their advantage, and now they just eating dirt.
And that's the thing that, like you said, they could have used that to their advantage when it comes to having the proper marketing team. You use stuff like this to your advantage, like, oh damn, you're pregnant. You feel me? Now we need to have up that maternity line, that Nike maternity line, and use Allison Felix as the cover and the face for that. That's how you do that. You don't dock her pay or offer to drop her. I would have took the drop too. You feel me?
Yeah, like, not her. Like, she's a 5-time Olympian. Like,
not her. Somebody else maybe, but not Allison Felix. You don't.
Yeah,
you have to pick and choose your battles wisely. So, Nike, I think I am going to boycott you guys for about a month or so.
Yeah, because I mean, she already pooping on y'all. You feel me?
Yeah, you feel me? Like, now I can't boycott Nike forever. Feel how you want to feel about it. I can't boycott Nike forever. Nike does so much for so many people, and I wear Nike. Okay, I wear Nike. Mm-hmm. I support Nike. You feel me? Nike supports a lot that I support, and Nike supports a lot that I don't support. Right. But hey, you feel me?
They gave Kaepernick a platform.
Exactly. So that's why I'm gonna boycott Nike for about a month or so. You feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and not buy no Nike products for a month. I'm gonna give it a break for a month, and then we'll be back on. You feel me? I'm sure in that month time frame they'll do something that is like, see, Nike, I knew I.
Right. Well, but we gonna go ahead and segue again to our last topic again. Allison Felix, we see y'all doing y'all thing.
Now, this is Black excellence.
Black excellence, so is.
So I don't know if y'all seen this. This popped up on my news feed this morning. It might have been yesterday morning. I think it was this morning though. But a 14-year-old, and I hope I'm saying her name right, Zelia Avant, guard of Louisiana, is the first Black American champion of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. You feel me? So yeah, sis did that. So just play this video real quick. I want y'all to see her reaction and to winning. It was dope. I loved it.
About that.
The word is Maria. It's a genus of tropical Asiatic and Australian trees having pinnate leaves and flowers with imbricated petals. Maria.
Maria. Does this word contain like the English name Murray, which could be the name of a comedian, or just the English name in general?
I don't see that here.
Bill Murray made the spelling bee.
Maria.
It tells you she's on the right track, though.
Wait, what is the language origin?
It's formed in Latin from a Swedish name.
Maria. Murraya.
That is correct.
National Spelling Bee champion.
That's dope.
Yeah, y'all. So, okay. No, there's one more article on her. Yeah. So that's just one of many. For me, it's dope to see young Black young lady win National Spelling Bee, because I was the spelling nerd growing up, and never failed a spelling test. So but that's just one of many about her. So Zelia Avant-Garde won the National Spelling Bee, but basketball is what I do. So here we go. Zelia Avant-Garde, a 14-year-old from Metro New Orleans, won the National Spelling Bee Thursday night. But she says Her thing is basketball. She has 3 Guinness World Records for her basketball skills, and she hopes to one day play in the WNBA or even coach in the NBA. Basketball, I'm not just playing it, says Zelia, who lives in Harvey. I'm really trying to go somewhere with it. Basketball is what I do. Spelling is really a side thing I do. Oh,
Bro,
they love ads, y'all. Love.
telling you, we do not endorse.
It's like a little hors d'oeuvre, de aver.
Close spelling bee. That sound like some
That's
spelling
French.
bee right there.
That's French,
Hell yeah.
baby. Let me tell y'all, I took French for 3 years. I took French. I did not. I took it. It was a class that I took and passed to graduate. Okay, all right. But basketball is like the main dish. So just this little clip right here, y'all. Watch Shorty's basketball skills. Like when she say this is what she do, this is what she do.
Hey.
Doesn't mean basketball. Standing on a basketball.
She is nice. That's very complicated.
Look at little mama go. See, I want to see LeBron do something like this.
I'm out for respect, I'm out for the crown, I'm out for the rain. They started to aim, I hopped to the plane, I'm not going down, I'm dodging the flames. They calling my name, I want to
with the leg.
But I got a plan to follow the chopper right
with the leg, all the balls in control. Talk about hand-eye coordination.
Exactly.
To this side, show and tell.
That's very complicated.
You hear me? So that's just a little bit about, Zelia Avant. She is out here not only mastering the sports, but also education. You feel me? She's getting it in with the spelling. If you can spell, you can read. And if you can read, you can understand. So she's definitely mastering that part of it, and then the athletics as well. Like that is I give athletes they props, baby, because it's something that I can't do. It's something that I can't. Basketball is one of my favorite sports because I understand the logistics and the analytics of basketball. I could coach basketball. You feel me? I understand what's going on and all of that. But to put me on the court,
right.
look, you don't want that. You don't even want that. I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you, and remember this, y'all. Coaches coach, and players play. You got to know what you are. Are you a coach or are you a player? Period. That's just what that is. You feel me? But I give athletes their props because I can't. I'm not a part of that.
Especially student athletes.
Especially student athletes. Let me tell you, especially student athletes, because the grind that they got to put in to stay on top of their academics and sports, like, baby, woo,
right.
They really need to do bigger ceremonies for y'all in school. I ain't gonna lie, like they really need to do something bigger because not me, no, crazy. How you feel about our young lady Zelia? I hope I'm saying.
Yeah, we do hope we're saying your name right. It's dope that she won the spelling bee, you feel me? That's something that I was always interested in, but like little pronunciations of words would just throw off my spelling sometimes. Yeah, but so props to her off that, just off rip. And then the fact that that's not even her passion is even more props for me, because it's like I would be focused. I mean, I don't know. I would just be focused on basketball, but the fact that she's giving both of them a shot and seems to be doing well in both, all I could do is give her props because that's super dope of her. 100.
And she's 14, so imagine how far in advance she'll be with the basketball. By the time
Right.
she's 17, 18, graduated in high school. Like she's like a freshman right now, or about to be a freshman with this upcoming year. So that's just dope, you know, seeing it young. Like that talent is something you really gotta just credit to talent, and that's talent. Like that is talent. And then with the academics, that's just something you have to have. You don't want to be a dummy out here in the streets. You just don't. So academics is definitely something we push, we encourage. Yeah, absolutely 100. Just 100
Exactly.
on that.
100. When the national spelling bee.
The
But
boy national
that will
spelling
conclude, for real, the national, like not just a school wide or something like that. Nah, the nationals with like a pretty decent word. Like that's a word. It was like Moria or something. That's something that could easily be like
trip you up.
misspelled.
Yeah,
You
it's
feel
something
me?
that can easily trip you, especially words being American and you know being focused on the English language. Words that are not a part of the English language really will trip you up because the English language is the most complicated language,
Hmm.
and yet it's so simple all at the same time. So
Yeah.
yeah, big props to her. Big props to her for that. Big props, you know, to Miss Allison Felix for the work that
Hmm.
she's put in and does. And we not gonna stop seeing her. Like that's just something we know. We not gonna stop seeing her. And now she got a baby girl in the mix. So it's you know what Cardi B say: if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Okay. And with
Stuck
Sha'Carri
there.
Richardson, we are here for you. Period. We are here for you. Like, boy, I think
Exactly.
this
And it's not over for you.
at all. At all. We are rooting for you and supporting you.
For real. You still gonna dust them the next time the Olympics come. We just gonna be waiting for it.
We just gonna be waiting for it. That's it. That's all. In the
Exactly.
meantime, don't run off with no dope man sacks. You feel me? Just
I'm telling you, cause yeah, they ain't even gonna try to catch you, cause boy,
hey, look, just keep it. You know, like
it's
boy,
simple.
boy.
But this will conclude today's podcast. We will be every week rocking out at 4:30, as you see from the bottom. But while we have you, please make sure you like and follow Make Our Chess Move, Make a Culture Move. Check out our virtual artist storytelling, which we will get into very soon. Check out our YouTube at Make a Chess Move dash Macams. It
200
holds all our
subscribers.
podcasts. Road to 200 subscribers, absolutely. Then go ahead and check out our website. Right now, we are in our summer intern program. If you are interested in that, it's a little too late, but still tap in with us for the next time to come. Then check out our MACM virtual workshops. We will have some of those coming up as well. And then our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest is all MACM 303. All right, make sure y'all leave a like and comment next time. That being said, y'all have a good one.
Malcolm.
Y'all MACM. Oh, cop some MACM merchandise.